It's not a good thing.
Through a lot of pain at the end.
Yeah, you don't like.
She didn't even tell us. She had been in pain. They figured 6 months ago, never knew. And then they said it probably really came about 3 months ago, which makes sense. You know,
She hasn't really been out a lot. I mean, in the last, we hadn't seen her at any of the games or nothing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Karen
Well,
Dirty, you're sending some good ones. Is you still on? Yeah, you are. I see you getting your. So you can go next, Karen. How do you know Jan?
Well, we were fortunate enough when we moved up here almost 2 years ago.
oh, louder.
Oh, I'm sorry. We were fortunate enough 2 years ago almost when we moved up here to meet Greg and Jackie's family, and what a blessing and what a wonderful friendship this has turned into. Although Greg likes to influence my drinking compassion. And I really enjoyed the times that we spent with your mom and dad at your house, whether it be wine tasting or just different get-togethers and enjoying a cocktail and conversation. So wonderful family atmosphere that I miss with my own parents who have been for a long time.
Hey, Karen, tell the story about the wine party. What did my mom, either you or Cindy, fill in, or the boys at the wine party?
The boys don't remember much.
I was going to say the boys.
What did Mom keep wanting?
She wanted the fruity one or the sparkling one.
No.
And her, we'll get to that. Well, when we got to that, she said, "You can just leave that here and go on with the rest."
And what was it? What did she get? You bought it. The cream, the Bailey's cream one.
It tasted like Bailey's.
Yeah.
Really, really like
So
that.
funny because every time he kind of kept asking, she's like, "I want that Bailey's."
We'll get to that one.
Yeah. That was the 8th one.
Well, and that's just the weird. That's the weirdest thing too, because the guy's name was Kurt. You know, so and the only reason we had that is because the Zwingli Church was having their annual church bazaar, and people weren't bidding on it. It was so low, so I turned to my 2 other brothers. I'm like, "Let's go up to $50 each. Let's do a wine party, wine thing." And the guy's name ended up being Kurt, which is, Kurt, our brother, and and it's just funny because we don't like wine that much. Yeah. But yeah, Mom, what did Mom keep going? It was every time they go say, "Hey, taste this," Mom goes, "I want that Bailey's cream one." So Dan, how about you?
Karen, great people. Schultze, that don't look like you got a JP Weiser's in your hand.
No, I might get called in tonight, so I just gotta have a couple beers, that's it.
How about you, Jackie?
Yeah.
You got a JP Weiser's? That a girl.
Grace, this is in your honor. On Wisconsin.
What do you mean, Greg? You're going to get called
officially.
tonight?
I can officially say we're drinking. 6 feet, Sarah. 6 feet.
Oh, who's that?
Oh, Rick, you got Bucky?
That's the aunt, right? Is that
Yeah.
Greg's?
Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Oh,
This is my quarantine mom.
Sarah.
I'm the quarantine mom, and I look like
Oh, it's okay. So
I'm
like
gorgeous.
fixing her hair.
Gorgeous. I'm like, ooh. How are you guys?
Good.
Ooh, there's a lot of people on.
Little cabin fever.
Oh, you
Dan,
guys.
so it's your turn.
Oh
What-
my goodness.
They're
There's
talking.
1, 2 on. That's
Yeah, like 5
awesome. Fantastic. I love that. Is this Zoom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Right? Yeah.
That's cool. Good.
Yeah.
Jackie, how you doing, hon?
All right.
Yeah.
I love you.
Love you too.
What?
Air hug.
It's been raining.
I just ran past. I just saw some people. I took Bailey for a walk, and I saw some people that I haven't seen forever. And it's so funny because I went to go get. She was like running in to give me a hug, and I was like,
Back off.
"Back off, Corona hug, man, Corona hug." We've got some people around here that I think might actually have it, so I'm like, yeah. So everybody's staying healthy there.
So far.
Good. It's good to hear. Oh my gosh. Hi, everyone. This is so fun. She's like swiping. And all these new people are showing up. And I'm like, oh my God, there's more.
Anna has it set so we can see everybody.
Yeah,
She's on her phone.
I'm on my phone because my laptop camera doesn't work for some reason.
It's mine.
Yeah, you had to phone.
Too.
True. Hello.
All right. I'm going to go back to
I just put the banana
my
bread in,
thing.
so it'll be ready in a bit.
Jackie will.
Okay, Karen and Dan, who's next?
You guys going around robin and talking?
Oh, Dan left.
I go to the bathroom.
You too.
Who's next, Karen?
I don't know. I haven't heard from the Kellys.
Who?
Hi, Kellys are up.
You're up.
Oh, well, I will talk.
Everywhere.
My parents and the Brown parents go way, way back in time. They all dated and ran around together, and all of us had show cattle together. But just a great, great group of people, and your mom was just an amazing lady. Always loved chatting with her. She sent us articles, clipped them of our boys, of anything amazing that they did. Or at a basketball game would slip it under her coat out to me. Hey, Pam, here's a note about so. So just amazing, amazing lady. I wish Mom and Dad could be on here because I'm sure they'd have much more to say. But
Another fun fact, I went to Pam's graduation because her parents and my parents were friends.
exactly.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Yeah. So just a fabulous, fabulous family. I got mad at Doug a lot because he beat me showing cattle.
Doug beat you?
He did.
sorry, Pam.
No, you're not.
You forgive me?
So I get to hand this off to somebody else, right?
No, Corey.
Oh, you gotta
Hey.
talk.
Yeah, and where's Luke? Gotta make Luke talk.
Oh, I'll go find him.
And Brock? I mean,
I never really knew your mom that well. I think I talked to your dad a lot more than I talked to anyone there. We always seem to find something common to talk to, but I always admired how your dad always made sure your mom was first, always took care of her nonstop. It was just pretty special seeing those guys together. And I do miss them. I miss all of our parents being around together, and I miss all of us being around together. Our kids are growing up, and it's good and it's bad, but hopefully we can all get together a little sooner than later. And this is really weird for me. I'm looking at everybody, and I'm kind of getting half car sick watching some of it. Hey,
I agree.
There you go. I agree.
Sorry.
Need some Dramamine?
Either that or I'm drinking too much.
yeah. Yeah. So here comes the kids now, I think, maybe. They're getting roasted.
That was the funny thing at the hospital. That's what they made a comment that they haven't seen that for so long. A couple that loved each other, and it's like it's kind of cool. Like we knew we did, but you know how couples bicker, and but it was like I don't know, like
never saw your
I don't know.
mom.
Yeah, you just saw
Like,
the
they were
love,
always-
you know.
They were
It's like,
always together, and that's gonna be hard for your dad because he was always with your mom. It didn't matter what they were doing; they were always together.
yeah. Oh yeah. And mom was mom. She was stubborn, very stubborn. You little shit.
Mom's way or the highway.
I'm the boss. I'm the boss. You don't tell me what to do. I'm the boss, you little.
Now you know where Jackie gets it from.
You don't always do it.
That's where all the women get it from.
Listen,
When mom's not happy, no one's happy, right here.
Oh yeah. All those little quirks.
I
Right,
tried to get that through
Cindy and
Brady's head, but he never listens.
I like looking at all you.
They're waiting.
This is like so cool, you guys. Like, I don't know who
Bob
thought of
did. Bob
This is-
Gentili.
Bob.
Go, G.
Way to go, G. Thank you.
Gotcha.
This is so cool.
You are more than welcome.
You have no idea, right, Doug? This is actually refreshing.
I still got my barn clothes on. I haven't cleaned up yet.
You still got my bar closed.
So we can't smell you. That's good.
He goes, does it matter what I look like? And it's like,
Doesn't matter. You look great.
Thanks.
And you smell good too.
You smell so good.
Using chapstick.
Can't smell you.
Right here.
There's no smell option on this thing.
Good thing.
what do you think we feel? You like my
Jackie?
shirt?
What is? You are my sunshine.
Bob,
I got it from Doug's Girls. He doesn't even know it. It's my first time wearing it. It's my birthday gift.
You are
Who
sunshine.
haven't we heard from yet?
Can I borrow some of that?
Oh,
Who's next?
Luke, you don't talk. Look at that hair. Everybody's
Jackie, Brock and Luke are here.
okay.
Maybe that's where Sean went.
Yeah, where's Sean?
He's just on the other side.
We want to look at him.
Get over here.
Rock.
Rupert, go. There's Rupert.
Where are they?
My kids are shy.
There's Sean.
Next, Corey, say who's go. Oh, there he
There he
is.
is.
Rock.
Flavins.
It's okay.
Sure, talk.
Go next.
What does it say?
Look how long their hair is. Look at that.
Yeah, it's been a while.
If you didn't get it cut like 3 weeks ago, you're screwed.
True.
For a
I'm
pay-
older than that, though.
Okay, Helva Slavens.
They can't. They're having trouble, I think.
Yeah, I think
Video trouble.
their internet sucks. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to talk. Can you guys
Sciences?
talk?
They can't hear us.
We're muted.
No, they're not helping.
Oh.
I'm texting them.
Oh, okay.
They are going to be
Oh,
leaving.
they're leaving. Bye, Helen Flavins.
Be good.
That's funny.
Use the whiteboard.
Use the group chat.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Okay, Sciences. Can they talk or they're muted?
You're up,
There's
Kim.
Doug.
Oh, there she is.
Okay, guys.
You're not-
Hey, we're here. You guys hear
Oh,
us?
we can hear you.
Yep.
Okay, Jackie, memory
Oh, you're gone.
Nope.
is
You gone.
of a party at your
Get
house
it? You get it?
that
Oh.
your mom invited us there. Uh-oh, see, are we cut?
You're cutting in and out.
Uh-oh. Are you guys there?
Yep.
We can see you.
Okay.
Walk slow.
All right, Jackie, do you remember a party in high school at your house? Your mom was nice enough to let us have it at your house, but she didn't know about it.
What was there?
Do you remember that night?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
You a bad girl?
Yeah, you remember?
Yep.
I this first that night from the remember? I don't think your mom ever found out about that, did she?
No. She
Oh,
won't.
sorry, son's sitting right next to
She
you.
will know now.
And so will your children.
Sorry, guys.
What was that, Kim?
And so will your children now.
Hardly went out. Seriously, did I?
She was drunk all the time, Jared.
Yes,
No,
yeah.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. I'm just kidding.
Oh, yes, thank you.
What's
Yeah.
Chris?
I always had to be home by midnight.
Hey, Jared, talk to me sometimes. I
What?
What?
can tell you stories.
Oh, okay.
Talk sometime. I'll tell you stories about your mom.
Oh, all right. Okay. Okay. Yeah, see, she lied.
Uh-oh. All right.
Some things are meant not to know.
There's some things that
right.
you're not supposed to know.
Not to know.
Sign off too, because our internet sucks. So
Okay. Good to see you.
love you
Bye, Kim.
guys.
Bye, Rick.
See you.
See you guys.
Wow.
20 million episodes.
Who's
Okay.
next?
All right.
He's laughing really hard.
Gratis? Take gratis.
Didn't they already go? I know they. Oh.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't know your mom super well, but I just know that when Dylan and Jared were in high school, she was always so proud of the boys and them playing basketball. And I always laughed because I don't mean this in a bad way, but your mom was sort of like my mom about most sports, and she was just there to support the kids more than she knew exactly what was going on in the game all the time. So, but
If it wasn't on the corner of the bench, it was up on the hill of the by the track.
yeah, yep. But no, she's a great lady, and she loved her grandkids. I think that's the thing I miss with that I remember most about her is that how much she was always there for her kids and her grandkids.
Yeah.
I don't even.
I can go.
Well, do you?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
So I can sort of feed off Michelle.
I don't.
Bob's going.
Oh.
It was warm out. You could.
Yeah, I can sort of feed off what Michelle was saying, Jackie. Because I've been fortunate to have just about all the Schulten kids and Brown kids. And I mean, your parents have been wonderful people to, I mean, look at you and what?
The whole community.
I mean, they're fantastic people. I remember them at the basketball games too, and the first thing that they would ask is, how am I doing? Thanks for what you've done for the kids, and I mean, they're just wonderful people. So we've all been touched by them.
Thank you.
That was pretty deep.
Gotta raise a glass or something with that one.
I
That was
honor
great.
that one. There we go.
You get an A, Bob.
That's right.
First time for everything.
All right, we're gonna sign off, guys. Take care, Jackie. Browns, thinking of you tomorrow for sure.
Yes, thank you.
We can't be there
Bye,
with
Corey.
you,
Bye, Pam.
but we'll be there in spirit.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Stay
you.
healthy.
Hi.
Yes. O'Rourke's.
I totally remember your mom after every basketball game of Grace and Kalen's. We had to powwow and talk about the refs and what went wrong and what was right. And we always totally agreed on everything. And yes, it's pretty sweet how much she admired her grandkids. That's pretty awesome. Grace, Jared.
Evan. Yeah.
Thank you.
Megan, do you remember her?
Yeah, I guess the thing I remember the most is those were always the first two faces I saw when I walked in the gym. When we go down to the JV games, they're always the first two you saw in the door. And they were always there with a smile and a wave and a hi and a good luck. And it was always the first thing you saw right before the game when we'd come back up to the high school. So that's what I remember most about them.
Well said.
Yeah. Same spot.
I think it was strategically placed because it's like that's what I like too. It's like I knew that, when I'd walk into the gym when Connor was still playing, it's just like I knew that your mom and dad would be right there and they would stop and be like, Jenny, how are you doing? What's new? How is it? Like, oh, it's like they would just both of them and your mom. It's like they're just such friendly, wonderful people, and it's genuine.
Yeah.
They really cared about. They really wanted to know what was going on or how I was actually doing. So that's what's really amazing about them. Now, is your dad diabetic?
Oh.
What? There was like a little. Those two had a little ruckus going on when during Kurt's celebration of life. One of them wanted coffee. I gotta think how that went on. So they didn't want a lot of sweets though. So then I had to smuggle sweets to your dad because your mom said your dad didn't need any more sweets. It's like, he doesn't need any more sweets, but you can get me some coffee. I'm like, all right, we'll work this out.
Oh my God, we heard that story with the next door neighbor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
Yes, they were like, one was like, and they were like kind of trying to talk so the other one couldn't hear. And I'm like, I don't know how to handle the situation. They're going to get mad.
That's what the neighbor Matt said today, literally. Because the little girl was trying to sell Girl Scout cookies.
Yes.
Dad said no.
Dad said no, and Mom goes, yes.
Yes, that's what was happening. She's like, just grab a couple more treats. And she goes, grab some lemon bars. Those were really good.
He likes them.
We're going to have them tomorrow.
And then, yeah, they were just such fun people. I could see why your dad, I mean, that's a lot of years of happiness. So that is going to be hard for your dad. It's like they were like a magical pair. So
Yeah.
Oh, too funny.
60 years, that's pretty good. Really good.
Yeah.
60 years.
That's awesome.
Good, keep him busy.
Yeah, we just celebrated their 60th November 14th. So coldest
Okay.
day ever.
Dad celebrate their 50th tomorrow.
I'm glad they got to celebrate that, yeah.
Who's left? That's
Who's on the rate?
Terry. She went already. So, oh, Graciana and Jared.
What?
It's your turn, sweetheart.
Really?
Tell us something, Grace. Tell us something.
You're on deck, Grace.
Most memorable story.
Well, I don't know. I guess it's really hard being out here and not being able to be with my family through all of it because I know they're putting in a lot of time and effort making things work, and I just hate that I can't be a part of it and I couldn't have seen Grandma. But okay, I guess a little memory is whenever we would go over there after school when we were younger, Grandma always tried to teach me how to draw, and she insisted that the only way to draw hair on any person in your drawing was to do the little curly cues. So all of my people had insanely curly hair, and I don't know, I look cute, I guess.
That's called pubic hair.
That was just one of a lot of memories.
All had to have an afro.
Yeah, after they had like these big afros, like any gender, like they all look the same because their hair had to be insanely largely curly. But I don't know, it looked good. It was Grandma's signature drawing, so.
That was the thing in the 80s.
yeah, there's an influence. Yeah.
That was the thing in the 80s. Yeah.
Oh, the thing in the 80s.
When Dan had
beautiful hair.
Oh, still got curly hair.
Yeah.
Jared, it's your turn.
Well, I guess when she'd always watch us, whenever I misbehaved, she'd tell me to write 25 times. And finally, like 25 times, whatever, I won't do this, whatever. And then so finally I got smart. So the one time I wrote I just grabbed a piece of paper and wrote 25 times one sentence and gave it back to her.
She was so mad. Jared and I were just laughing because he was such a smart ass.
She got so mad I didn't even have to write the rest of them.
I think she was a little impressed by your wit and just your intelligence at that. She's like, oh, okay.
All right, we'll call it a draw.
Oh, that's funny.
He's got another good story that we learned the day that she passed away.
Well, again, she always used to watch us, and so whenever she'd fall asleep to watching the news, I'd go back in the kitchen and find the peanut butter, and I'd just start scooping it out and eating it. She fell asleep. I don't know.
And then he stole the cookies.
Yeah, and cookies.
Skippy or Jeff?
Huh?
Skippy or Jeff?
Oh, I think it was Jeff.
Jeff?
I think she was a Jeff lady.
Good.
All right, Greg. Don't let those. What?
Jill thinks that's pretty funny because we're Skippy.
Is there a difference?
Yeah.
No,
there's not.
One's
Yes,
Chris.
there is.
Yeah, Jeff's better.
Jeff's
Jill
better.
and I argue about this.
Yeah. Jeff Chunky.
Hey, Todd.
Jared.
Todd, can you do a huge favor?
There you go, Chris.
Skippy.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know what we are.
Can get ours. We're one of
Hey,
each.
can you say something like a prayer for us and Mom and Dad, especially Dad. Dad's having a hard time. He was his caregiver, and
I don't know what.
I really feel for you. I'm glad we were able to do this. I had a couple of funerals last week, and the same thing. The family could only gather with the immediate family, and one widow was just as grieved about not being able to have her family together as she was over the death of her spouse. We just had 7 people at the service, and so I really feel for you in this time that is limiting your ability to gather with the community, and that's why this is next best thing. It's pretty awesome, and I appreciate Bob for getting this together. And so fun to hear these kind of being, well, we've been here 15 years, but still a relative newcomer to the community, and I hear all these great stories. It's pretty awesome. I was going to ask, is it Reverend Pleva serving?
yes, Rich.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I think he'll do very well for you. You want to, should we do a little thought, a little prayer here? Sure, cool. Let's pray. Gracious God, we give you thanks for a life that has touched so many, and we've heard great stories and memories this evening. They are blessings, and we know that those blessings come from you. We give you thanks for your blessings to each of the family. Ask your prayers of comfort and peace. May you hold each person in the palm of your hand in these days, even as we're not able to gather together in person. We know that the Spirit that you give us gathers us as well. And we give you thanks that the promise of resurrection is given to each one. And we know as we approach this season of Easter, we remember that promise of resurrection given to each one of your faithful ones. And in his name we pray. Amen.
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 Awesome. Blessings.
Awesome.
We're always thinking of you too, Todd. We'll never, ever, ever forget Heidi. So I've been wanting to say that forever because she was one heck of a woman. So that's amazing. She'll never, ever be forgotten.
Well, I hope you're feeling the same thing I felt last year's, and even the other weekend when we had the card party. Most everybody in this chat participated in that, and which is kind of special in itself because even after almost 3 years now, that people still remember and do things like that. And that's one of your big fears of grief, is that you think everybody forgets while you're still sharing the memory. So I think you'll agree this evening is pretty special to be a part of a good community like this. The small town life is wonderful, and this is the blessings that you get from being a part of a community like this.
You guys will never ever. You guys have touched so many people, and I can still hear Heidi. Matthew!
You can too.
Get up, Matthew!
Yeah, get up! Take it away!
Get off the floor, all right?
Get off the floor, Matthew!
Oh, Matthew!
Get up!
Absolutely.
She was a gem. We will never, just so you know, we'll never ever. And we're grateful that you're still here in the community too. So.
No. What?
Yeah, I've bounced it around. I've talked with our good neighbors at the Gotches a little bit about this, and they thought I was moving out not too long ago. And I said, it crosses my mind ever so often, but I don't think I ever could. I don't. There's too much of this right here that I don't think, even if I just moved to Monroe, I don't think I could give it up.
Yeah.
You don't want to be a cheesemaker.
This this means so much. You guys have no idea, like this is awesome, and we got the kids and well, yeah, you too. Yeah.
You got dog.
4. And I saw him earlier today. I didn't think of him.
Yeah, see, I was sort of having a tough time with the empty nest and saying, God, I thought you were going to prepare me. And look what happened. Now it's not an empty nest anymore, right?
Do you regret it?
Right? So far.
Don't worry, Jared
Come
said
get some peanut butter.
Oh.
Hey.
What do we have? Jared, go see what we have. Oh, Doug thinks Mom had Jiffy. Jared's gonna go see what we have. That's awesome.
That's Skippy.
Oh.
Jelly.
Oh, boy.
Okay, everybody, what kind of peanut butter do you have? Skippy!
See, we actually have both.
Oh my God, my mother! Oh my God!
3 of them are from college.
Oh, thank God! 3 are from Jared.
5 things of peanut butter? Are you hoarding?
Harder! No, 3 of them were from college.
This is
I
great.
needed peanut butter at the store the other day. You guys took it all.
We got two
She's like her mother.
Oh my God. We have to have a chair. Well, they said we had to be prepared for a few months.
Gary?
Eat a spoonful of peanut butter.
Jackie, where's that penguin? I saw you with a penguin. Is that the hat? Oh.
Grace Anna? Talk to
That's
Grace.
the penguin from your trip. Wait, Grace Anna, where are you?
Gotta get peanut butter.
There she is.
That's the penguin that the baby was playing with.
Yes, that the baby was playing with. Oh my gosh, that was so funny.
Okay, so tell the story, Grace Anna.
So how did Jackie get a penguin?
Mom gave this to me for my birthday the day before I left, and she said, take it to Spain and snuggle with it, and then remember your family. So how can I miss my family when I'm snuggling with this guy every night?
And you helped a little one.
I did.
And you helped
I
a
did.
little one.
The little
Yes,
baby
on
was,
that long. How long was that flight back?
11 and a half hours, so it was a doozy.
So how long did the little guy or girl have your penguin?
Not too long, like maybe 20 minutes, but like periodically I would just like, he'd start crying again and I'd just be like, and then the baby would be like,
stop.
So it wasn't like constant, it was just like, I could have used this like a little, like,
Gimme.
Yeah, it was really cute.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Mom, for Mr. Whatever. I forgot what we named him.
I thought it was
Named
Pebbles. Pebbles. Wasn't it Pebbles?
Yeah, wasn't Mom's Pebbles and mine was like Mr.
Mr. Pebbles and Mrs. Pebbles.
Forgot what.
Pebbles.
Yeah, like I had no idea that this would come in handy. Like she needed it for a pillow, she needed it for comfort. Now this.
Wait, you got one for yourself too? Yeah, Mom. That was...
Doesn't Terry have a penguin hat?
Terry went.
Where's your penguin
Where did
hat?
Terry go?
She has a penguin hat. Wait, that's another picture I have. Hang on.
Jenny.
Wait for this.
I thought I had the penguin.
Wait.
I love you, man.
I'll find it. There it
I
is.
don't know what she's doing.
Jared, you're gonna lose.
Hey, Brian's back.
You're gonna lose.
I'll take you down.
So whose penguin hat was this?
Nice.
Jackie, is that yours or was it Terry's?
It's not mine. That was
I
the
think
same
that was
night.
Terry's.
That was the same soup night.
Yeah, when you were hammered.
Actually, it's a different night, Jackie.
Hey, she wouldn't know the difference.
Maybe she has so many of them.
There's so many nights. Grace,
Was that
can
at
you see the
Terry's
pen
house?
hat? That's at Terry's house.
Oh, okay.
Was that? Oh, Terry's.
That was
Got
a
the
long,
skippy
long
on the
time ago.
counter.
That was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
That was okay.
Junior
There was some
highs.
there was some stretch routines I think going on in the kitchen. Sean Grass, would you like to talk about that?
We don't need
Tell
to.
us some story, Sean.
Sean, is that you?
I was simply stretching.
Stretching what?
Everything.
Yeah.
There's Terry.
Stretching what?
Bob, I wasn't as flexible as I thought I was.
That's what happens when you get old.
Yeah, we should try to
Hey.
recreate that, but that could be ugly.
Yeah.
That's how
Families.
Tapping on their keyboards.
We're gonna go.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll be thinking about you tomorrow.
Thank you.
We love
I
you
know
guys.
it's raining.
Yeah.
Pouring. They can't have a tent. They can't have chairs. They can't have anything. You probably ran into that too, Todd, right? At the cemetery, they can't have any of that.
We didn't go to the, well, let's see, the one day it was, we had two funerals. One day it was okay. But
She's gone.
Well, so I shaved or whatever, and then we show up, and my mom, or I look at, I like whatever, go give her a hug. She's like, "Oh, you got a haircut." And then so like I'm just sitting there, whatever. And then so I'm just sitting there, and she looks over at me like 20 minutes later and goes, "Oh my God, your beard's gone." So yeah.
I almost cried because the beard was gone. I was like, that was devastating.
Baby face.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby face.
You can grow it back, Jackie.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Greg and Jared are having a contest.
Yeah. Season go back fastest. So far, I'm winning.
Oh, look at you.
It's like zooming in already.
What was that, Dirty?
Who's doing that?
Hi, Jenny.
Hey, look at the roars.
Your old man will kick your butt, Robert.
No.
Yeah.
No, I got younger blood.
What? He might have it. He's right.
All right.
He's right. A little scruffier.
Damn.
All right, the Gratzes are gonna go to bed because you know how I am about going to bed, so it's my nap time,
Oh
so.
crap, it is 10 o'clock. You guys,
We will
this
be
has been amazing.
Thinking about you tomorrow, your whole family, and sorry we can't be there, and all our love and hugs to you guys all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right,
Bye,
well,
guys.
we'll have to do this again soon because I have a feeling that this is gonna probably be the way we're going to be for at least the next month, so.
Oh, don't say that.
We need to have virtual happy hours.
There we go,
I like
virtual
virtual happy hours.
Yeah, totally, so. all
Daily.
right. All right,
Thank
love
you.
you guys, see you later.
So I'm gonna go.
Gracias.
Bye, guys.
Going to. God bless.
Bye. Bye.
See ya.
Bye, Todd.
Bye. God bless.
Thank
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 you.
So Jill, are you like larger than life on your screen too right now?
No, I put you all in gallery.
What happens with mine? You guys are like really big.
Go to the top right.
Okay, I got it.
No, you don't even see my face.
I want to see your face. It's lovely.
My eyes are barely open.
Are you going to bed soon?
Like this.
Right.
Do that.
Look at my nose
Yes,
hairs.
that's right.
Not like you gotta get up for in the morning for anything.
I know, right?
Somebody's. Did you hear that? I'm hearing things.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah. Okay. My timer's going off.
Life is unlimited. So is it unlimited then with this COVID-19, Bob?
Yeah, they just came out with it today.
Nice. I used it a couple days ago and it gave me 45 minutes.
Just 45?
Yeah. That was good. Bye, Doug.
Doug's
Bye.
leaving.
Good night. Love you guys.
Bye, Doug.
Bye, Doug.
Take care now.
It's supposed to storm tomorrow.
Oh, sure.
I'm a holy man.
My dog, Charlie, doesn't like storms.
Is it storming?
It's
Tomorrow.
With some lightning.
Well, it's supposed to be sunny and 65 here in California.
Oh, Grace. Whatever. You just keep getting tan.
Yeah, just bring it back with you.
Just keep laying out.
You just keep laying out by the ocean.
We don't care.
Well, the beaches are closed now, so I can't really do that. But yeah.
You like stay like right above the beach, like right when the sand stops. Does that count?
No, actually, they closed off like the area like before it too. But Sarah has like a little like porch area that I'll just go out on.
So what's your timing? When do you think you can come back to beautiful Wisconsin?
So my 14 days is over on Sunday, right?
Yep.
And then I don't know, Mom, Jared, Dad, and I still have to talk about this on Sunday after everything's all done. But yeah, I mean, it's like essentially it's like just weighing our options, being like, okay, how safe are flights, and literally, but a plane ticket from LAX to Chicago right now is $18.
I heard that there are some flights that are free.
Yeah.
All you have to pay for is the tax.
Wow.
You just have to pay for the tax because nobody's flying.
At $18.
Yeah. Oh yeah, seriously. But
You might want to upgrade to first class.
What's that?
At $18, you might want to upgrade to first class.
I might have to, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. We still have to like look into how safe it is, and if I have to redo another 2-week quarantine period. But yeah, the reason why
priest.
What?
Because of the priest?
No, not because of the priest. Because of flying on an airplane again.
Oh,
because
sure.
that's why I had to do a 2-week period here, is because obviously coming from Europe and how it like exploded over there,
Right.
and then keeping people safe. And yeah, the reason why I stayed here in LAX instead of going back to Wisconsin is because, I mean, if I were to be in the same house as Mom and Dad and Jared, and if they were going back from the house to the hospital, like, that would have just been way too risky for everyone in the hospital, for Grandma and Grandpa, and just, you know, so it's just a really hard and crappy situation that, you know, like, unfortunately can't control or do anything about. It's just...
At least you're in the States. I'm so glad you're in the States.
Yeah.
Because you could have been stuck in Spain. I mean, yeah, I think you just say stuck in Spain because it's like it's like rampant over there, isn't it? No?
Oh yeah, it's so bad. Like I was
Yeah.
talking to some of my friends back there still, and they're like, it's literally a ghost town. It's like you
Yeah.
wouldn't even want to be here right now anyway, because nothing's open, obviously, and like the death rate is like just skyrocketing each day.
Yup.
But yeah, no, I'm super blessed and super happy and relieved to be back in the States for sure.
Good.
But yeah, thank you for all of your guys' support and everything too. You guys are all so sweet.
You're welcome.
We loved reading your updates.
I know, those were so nice.
Aw, thank
You're a very good writer.
Oh, I was just, I don't know, writing it kind of like a journal, I guess, or
You
something.
write like you talk. That's what was kind of fun. Sound like you were talking.
Else
Oh,
you
yeah,
in
Feel
middle
like we
school.
were there.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, no, it was definitely really fun. Yeah, we'll definitely have to go back. But yeah, thanks everyone.
You'll have to get your dad over there.
I know. Where is he? I have to find his camera. Yeah, don't worry. I'll get him over. Don't worry. He's got to. Oh, it's such an incredible city. I highly recommend to anyone who is contemplating going.
What'd you drop, Jim?
My phone.
Way to go, Jared.
Anthony, come here and say hi. Anthony, come here. Mom.
Hi, Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony.
Everybody says hi to Anthony, but he has to go back downstairs to his man cave.
Yeah.
No, that's funny.
This might have to be like a Friday event, I'm thinking.
Yeah, like a Friday night happy hour.
Yep.
Well, there's probably not a world record for the number of people who join the same Zoom session. So we could get into the Guinness World Book of Records.
Wow, that sounds like a perfect Belleville challenge.
Belleville challenge.
Yeah.
You're already at 16. Or it could have been 17 because I could have went on the other laptop.
I bet we get.
Oh. Hey, look what Yogi did.
Oh, Jackie, you reappeared.
Yes, there. What is that?
Oh.
It's you. On Doug. And? Oh, that's really nice.
Very nice.
Wait.
There's more.
Oh,
Isn't that cool? I got that for my
That's really
50th.
nice.
And it matches. Voila.
Aw.
How sweet.
Yeah, it was a month. It was a month before Kurt found out.
Wow.
I want to see like baby pictures of you guys. Get them out.
That's funny. Oh, you want to see baby pictures?
Jared, Jared, where'd the old man go to bed?
I don't know.
He's right there. Greg.
Is he making soup?
Take a celery and put some
Peanut butter.
Jif on it.
Just putting Jif on it. It's got 5 different ones to try from. Try 5 different kinds.
That's right.
Have a taste
I
test.
don't know.
See which one's better.
Terry, are you awake?
Oh, you're muted. Where's your penguin hat?
You're muted.
Where's your
I just put them away.
I'm awake.
Hey, Terry.
Say something, I'm giving up on you.
Hey, Bob, this is so cool that you got this all together. This is like,
Greg, I like how you're biting that celery stick.
Bigger thick, baby.
oh my God, it's like hanging. Oh,
Erase that, Dad. I want to watch it.
That's what she
wait a
said.
minute. Oh, that was a celery. I was saying, wait, peanut butter doesn't do that. Hey, who's at the O'Rourke's?
Kaylin. Hi, Kaylin.
How are you? How's it good? How's it feel to have everybody home, Jody? Because this whole Corona thing. So that was kind of like
Nursing
the heck, and
homes,
still
nursing homes are they stuck right now anyway. My dad has to eat his meals in his room by himself. He can't, like, he can go out and play bingo, but they have to stay like a table apart. But he did win 50 cents, and he was pretty stoked about that.
It's the small victories, right?
Ah, you know, that was
Your
great.
dad's pretty cool.
He's a funny guy.
And which one is your dad in, Jenny?
4 wins in Verona.
Verona. Okay.
Yep. Yep.
The one that you got was trying to break in.
Which ones, like the Spain adventures or California adventures?
Well, just
Or-
how this whole Corona thing, like it was following you. Like every time you went somewhere, it was like, and like your friends, like, do you have any friends still stuck there? Like I haven't heard the ending of that.
Oh no, no, all of my friends and everyone I know, they're back. But yeah, it was really wild because obviously, like, it started after Milan. So you guys all know about how like the outbreak happened in Milan, Italy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all of my roommates in Barcelona, conveniently, they were actually all in Milan that same weekend in Italy. So one of our friends wasn't my actual roommate, but she was like our friend. She had like a scare, like she thought she had it. So, so we were getting like our whole program was getting all these email updates, like, okay, like, oh my gosh, like someone thinks that they have it in the program, like sending us these daily updates, right? She ended up not having it. It was good. It was fine, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It just like escalated super quickly. Like so I left Spain on a Thursday, and that weekend, like, so a couple days before, like on that Friday, I was talking with Laura, my Spanish roommate, and we're like, it's fine. Like, we're going to be able to finish the semester out. It's going to be okay. Then Monday comes around, and we're like, yeah, it's getting kind of bad. Like, we really don't know anymore. And then, yeah, and then it got like even worse. And there's this big festival like the weekend before we had to like leave Spain. And so I found out after I got back in California that first one of my roommate's brother tested positive for the virus. And then the next day, one of my other roommates, three of her friends tested positive, and then the next day we found out that she tested positive. So my roommate in Barcelona tested positive for the virus. So that freaked me out because I was like, okay, I was living with this girl for at least 5 days while she had the virus. So I was super nervous that I had it, and then that I could have potentially passed on to my family here, and you know, that whole thing. But I was.
Did they have any symptoms?
My roommate had low-grade fever. She had a little bit of a cough. It was very minor for her, but you know, she barely had symptoms. But I never had any symptoms. I mean, like, I had a little bit of a cough, but I had a cough from Dublin, which was 3.5 weeks ago now, or more than that. And that was only because it was a cold. Like, it was cold outside and I wasn't wearing warm enough clothes, and I had like, I'm just a little cold from that. But yeah, so that was really freaky and scary, and yeah, obviously how it blew up, like literally the second that I got to Spain, like, you know, it started, like, things are closing down, like airports were shutting down, and it was very stressful and very crazy because I still had friends there even after I left. What?
And taxis, communication, or transportation.
Yeah, so it was the day after I had left. One of my best friends, or one of my really good friends that I met there, she was leaving, and like, I was in a group chat where someone's like, oh my gosh, everybody get to the airport. It doesn't matter what time your flight is. Like, they're closing down taxis. They're closing down all like transportation services, like the metro, the buses, trains, everything. They're closing it down. You'll have no way to get to the airport, even if you have a flight. So I texted my friend. I was like, dude, like, I'm not to freak you out, but you might want to think about going. So she like essentially left her place in like sub 30 minutes, got to the airport, and she's like, thank God. Because like, then her flight took like, they didn't even leave the terminal for like 2 hours because Spain was shutting down their airport, and it was just this big thing. Yeah, it was very stressful, very, very stressful. And like the first 8 days after I actually left Spain, it was just like constant like stress and just like constantly overwhelming, and like I woke up probably every morning like sweating because I was so scared and so nervous of like what new information I would wake up to. Like, who would test positive today, or what would be shut down today, or who would be affected in what way today. And then the whole thing with grandma, it's like, you know, I'd be waking up to new updates with that and everything. So yeah, it sucked a lot, and it was hard, but you know, yep, just gotta stay positive.
You got through it.
Yep, got through it.
Well, and you journalize it so well. It's like that's going to be
Yeah.
something that you have forever, which is, this is history right here, that's for sure.
I know. I was literally talking to Sarah today. I was like, okay, say 4 months ago, if you were to ask any of us, hey, by the way, the US or the entire world is going to be on lockdown for probably like 2 or 3 months, we would all be like, no way. There's no way that's even possible. And here we are.
Oh, right. And you were
So
like
it's just-
hours away from not being able to get out of Spain. And
Literally.
barely getting out of London.
Like, I couldn't have even like dreamt up the situation, the atmosphere, the environment.
Oh, yeah.
anything that happened. Like I couldn't, like, no, like you can't. It's crazy. But yeah, I don't know. Something I'll be able to tell my grandkids someday. And just be like, yeah, I lived through that.
It's because your
Any of
brother.
us thought it would get this bad.
No. What's that?
I said,
That's
I just
because
said I
your brother.
doubt any of us thought it would get this bad.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think it's just because it doesn't, impact everyone like so personally, and then you just see it like vicariously through other people. But yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. That's for sure.
Yeah.
But
The thing that kind of sucks is she didn't get to visit Switzerland, and that's where my cousin lives. So
Yeah.
Damn it.
Debbie. Yeah, Debbie.
You'll have to
Jean-Pierre.
go.
Jacques.
I have to go.
Remember Jacques?
Well, originally, I was
So
before it went on to Italy, I was supposed to spend 2 weeks in Italy for my spring break. Well, not 2, like 10 days. I was really looking forward to that, but obviously that didn't happen.
Well, you're here and healthy.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, you're here and healthy.
Yeah, right. I know.
Right?
I'm so happy to be back. Honestly.
And you have some place to stay there. That's
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, they've been great. They've been, yeah, really great. It's been fun.
Are you in your own little apartment right now?
Kind of, yeah. So
tour.
Huh?
Yeah, tour. Show us around.
Okay.
It's really cool.
How do you flip the camera around? Oh, okay. I don't know if I should. I literally have all my clothes all over the ground, and it's
We
a
don't
mess.
care. We don't care.
Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah. All right.
That's
Well,
why
okay.
your mother always told you to clean your room.
I'm usually a very
Jared?
tidy person, but it's been stressful. Okay, so essentially, Sarah and the boys live it's like a separate like little house area right there, and then here's I'm so sorry about that.
We
but
don't
here's
care.
the bedroom, and then there's a bathroom, and then here's like the little living area where I literally spend every single hour of the day, and then a little kitchen, and it's
That's
great.
nice.
that's really nice.
Yeah. And
It's
like,
big.
it's perfect. It's literally perfect. Like I'm away from them. Like don't have to share any kitchen equipment or tools or anything. So like I think this is literally the safest place that I could have waited out my quarantine time.
Yeah.
And you have like a little patio.
What?
You have like a little patio.
Yeah, in front of Sarah's. Yeah.
Our brother.
I'm gonna forewarn you. I'm probably gonna mess up,
That's okay.
What are you singing?
and my hands are sweaty.
This is all because of Matt Belknap, Mr. Belknap.
Yeah.
Oh.
You sure it wasn't middle school social stuff?
Huh?
Nothing.
Middle school.
It was dumb.
Oh yeah.
You want Anna to sing?
No. Oh, Anna. It's because Anna got him going again.
That's right. You're welcome.
Shit. Oh no.
Rupert singing.
We play this together.
Focus, Jared.
Huh?
Focus.
Good job, Jared.
Don't look around. We want to hear you sing too.
Don't you sing?
I can't do that.
That's what I've been telling them.
You sound really good.
Gee, what do you think?
You sound really good.
Good job, Jared. That's
Keep
awesome.
going. Keep playing.
Huh?
Keep playing.
We the people in order to form.
I do know that.
I know you do.
that's drilled in.
So, like, say that while you're playing.
Go get your guitar.
You can do it.
Electric. He bought himself a gift at Christmas.
You're good.
Thanks. What, Mom?
Go get your guitar.
I guess I'm supposed to show you my guitar.
You're gonna play your guitar.
I don't know if my cord's long enough.
We'll move it. He's going to get his guitar. He bought himself a gift.
Jackie, do you have a joke while we wait?
Yes, I do.
Oh.
Compliments of my mom.
All right. Let's hear a Jan
My
joke.
mom collected joke of the week. So as he prepares, bowling.
Oh, that's gotta be good.
Okay, you ready? So my mom, literally no kidding, had a stack of jokes like that.
Don't step on it.
All right, joke of the week. Age 60 is the worst age to be, said the 60-year-old man. You always feel like you have to pee, and most of the time you just stand there and nothing comes out. Ah, that's nothing, said the 70-year-old man. When you're 70, you don't have a bowel movement anymore. You take laxative, you eat bran, you sit on the toilet all day, and nothing comes out. Actually, the 80-year-old man, 80 is the worst age of all. Do you have trouble peeing too? Asked the 60-year-old. Nope, I pee every morning at 6 a.m. I pee like a racehorse on a flat rock with no problem. So, do you have a problem with your bowel movements? Nope, I have one every morning at 6:30. Exaggerated, the 60-year-old said, "You mean you pee every morning at 6 and you crap every morning at 6:30? So what's so bad about being 80? I don't wake up till 7.
Nice.
Nice.
Dun. Compliments of Jan Brown.
Thank you, Jan.
Jan.
All right, this is what Jared bought himself at Christmas with his money.
Yeah.
Like it, Jared.
That's pretty.
Let's hear it.
What do you hear? Come here. Just step over. Thank you.
Fucked up there.
Oops.
It's okay.
That's great, Jared.
That's really
Good job, Jared.
Watch the movie The Dirt.
I've seen him.
That's a dandy.
What's that tune? Because I've heard that. What is that? That you
It's not
Anna,
great.
sing with 'em.
It's not great.
We don't care. Ooh, that's good.
That's all I know.
That's really good.
That was awesome. Yep. Now we just need to do some Johnny Cash, some Leland, and some Willie around the campfire, and then we'll be all good.
Yeah.
Good job, little brother.
That's right.
Thanks.
Another one.
We're gonna hear you at community picnic. I'm guessing in about a year or so, right?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. For sure.
I'll pay money.
I'll let you. I just fall off of picnic tables there. I don't know.
Yes.
Groupie.
Yeah.
Play another song. Play another song.
Do that.
All right, I'm too young for this group, so we're gonna log off.
Oh.
Hey, see ya.
Bye, Kaden.
Hi,
Thank
Kate.
you.
Bye, Miranda.
Good.
Bye, Gorort.
Stay healthy.
Okay.
We're getting bigger.
I'm just gonna keep drinking. So.
Yeah, me too.
You guys, thank you. You guys have no idea. This is so cool.
Jackie, are we keeping you awake?
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yes.
All right.
Don't tell anybody because I'll probably get yelled at. But I haven't been able to sleep anyway, so.
Right? I haven't either.
What about you? Took notes.
Hi, G.
Sit over here behind me.
Should have taken 3.
I know I should have.
Hi, Brady.
So, it's cool.
Would I
You
just
have
wave
no
at?
idea how this
Jill,
is
who'd you
helped.
just wave at?
Brady. Journey.
Hey, Bob, this was so cool. Hey, Karen.
Hi, sweetheart.
Hi,
I'm having
sweetheart.
a piece of chocolate.
I was gonna have some popcorn.
I was gonna eat some chips.
I was gonna eat some.
I told him to go make me another drink.
I'm
Well, I
having
got pretzels. I threw chips.
wine and chocolate.
What, Greg?
I got
What's Greg?